Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm Mr. Rano Ahmed, lecturer in English, National Ideal College, on behalf of English Department of NIC. I'm giving an online English grammar class. My topic is modifiers. Actually, I know we have already completed the syllabus modifiers, but it is new for you. That's I'm giving a revision class for you. First of all, we have to know the definition of modifiers. A modifier is a word, phrase, clause which modifies the other words in a sentence. To be specific, a modifier is either an adjective or an adverb. The adjectives modify the nouns and the adverbs, modify the verbs or the adjectives or the other adverbs. We can make it clear from the example given here. Alex bought chocolate cake yesterday. Here, A is an article which modifies the word cake. The word chocolate is the direct adjective of the word cake. So both the words A and chocolate are adjectives which modify the noun cake. The word yesterday announces the time of action. So it is an adverb which modifies the verb. Now we will know about the types of modifiers. Generally, modifiers are of two types according to their position to the words they modify. One is pre-modifiers, another is post-modifiers. Pre-modifiers. The pre-modifiers are the modifiers which modify the words that follow them in the sentence. Conventionally, the adjectives are usually placed before the nouns. So most of the adjectives are pre-modifiers. Adverbs are often placed before the words they modify. Articles, determiners, demonstrative, proper adjectives, descriptive adjectives, compound adjectives, participles, etc. are the adjectives which come before the nouns and modify them. Conjunctive adverbs, sentence adverbs, and some other adverbs can work being placed before the verbs or adjectives, other adverbs. Okay, we get the example to make the clear sense of pre-modifiers. Generally, the brown dogs are nice. Here we got three adverbs in one sentence. Generally is an adverb, the is an article, brown is a descriptive adjective which sits before dogs to pre-modify. Apparently, that bank has a lot of determiners security process. Here we got pre-modifiers, adverb, demonstrative, and determiners, and adjective before the noun also. Okay, now we'll know something about post-modifiers. Post-modifiers are the modifiers which come after the words they modify. Customarily, the adverbs come after the verb and modify them. However, some adjectives also come after the nouns and modify them. Most of the adverbs of time, adverbs of place, adverbs of direction usually come after the verbs they modify. Appositives, prepositional phrases, infinitives, independent clauses usually come after the nouns they modify. Okay, we can get the example to make the sense of post-modifiers in a sentence. Jason Roy, a cricketer, has been selected in the squad. In small letter, a positive and adverb is written here. Actually, there are many Jason Roy, but we are mentioning here a cricketer, an extra information, a special information about Jason Roy. So a cricketer is an appositive here. In this word is adverb as post-modifier of the noun. Stark, our teacher, gives us tasks to do in the class. So we got our teacher as appositive, to do as infinitive adjective, in the class adverb of place. In the same way, Ronaldo, the captain of Portugal team, plays exceptionally well. Okay, the captain of Portugal team is an appositive here. Exceptional is adverb of manner. Now we can classify according to the use of persuasive speech in the modification. Okay, the classification of pre and post modifiers we can classify in 4 types: noun modifiers, verb modifiers, adjective modifiers, adverb modifiers. Okay, we'll get a table for each modifiers. First column will say about the persuasive speech or the target persuasive speech. Next column will say about pre or post modify the way. Third column will say who are the modifiers in this case. An example will make you clear the idea about this. We can make a sentence in this way that noun is pre-modified by adjective. Bangladesh is a populous country. Here populous is modifying the word country. Okay. Next, determiners. There are a lot of determiners. So I'm mentioning here demonstratives, quantifiers, articles, possessives. First of all, demonstratives. We might get this wealth by following the rules of health. This is demonstrative in the sentence. Quantifiers. Joinul Abidin was associated with all the stages of liberation, where all is here quantifier. Article is very easy for you. He was the founder of Folk Art Museum in Sonargaon. So here the is an article as pre-modifier of the noun. Noun adjective. We like cricket match. Cricket is a noun, match is also noun. But here match is modified by which kind of playing we like. Cricket. So cricket is modifying match. That's why noun sits before the nouns. That is called noun adjective. Okay. Compound word. It is a time killing method. Here time and killing those are different, but in giving the sense of noun, time killing, that means wasting, something like that. So compound word is time killing in the sentence. Present participle, it is an interesting place. Interesting is a present participle in the sentence. Past participle, don't drink polluted water. So we get polluted as past participle in the sentence. It sits before the water to pre-modify the noun. Perfect participle, having typed the letter, he posted it. We got having typed as perfect participle before the noun to modify. Noun post modifiers. Appositive. Mr. Nazimuddin, a large-hearted person, is a street beggar. Okay, we got a sense of appositive in the previous example. Guess another one. Okay, Nazimuddin is a street beggar, but he has a large heart. It's an information. Okay, a phrase type information is called appositive, or an extra information about the noun is called appositive here. Present participle phrase. The man running in the field is our team captain. Here, running in the field is the present participle phrase post modifiers in the sentence. Again, perfect participle phrase. The breeze destroyed by floods has been rebuilt. Here, destroyed by floods is the past participle in the sentence to post modify the noun. Perfect participle phrase. The sun having set, we went home. Having set is the example of perfect participle phrase in the sentence to post modify the noun. Adverb. The students here listen to me. Here is an adverb to post-modify the noun. Relative clause. The student who studies hard never fails. Who studies hard is the relative clause here in the sentence to post-modify the noun. Adjective phrase. Jubair is the only qualified for the post. Qualified for the post is an adjective phrase as noun post-modifier in the sentence. Infinitive phrase. This is the perfect time to pray more. Here, to pray more is an infinitive phrase as noun post-modifier in the sentence. Now, nominal clause is a simple clause. To express a clause is a group of words with a conjugated verb in it acts as a noun. The news that he had been given was fake. Here, that he had been given is an example of nominal clause. Okay, now we'll know about the adjective pre-modifiers. Intensifier, downtoners, adverbs. Okay, we really miss our childhood. We're very friendly. Really. Very is the intensifier. Downtoners rather very little. CM is rather a lazy boy. The news is almost, actually it is giving the negative sense and meaning. Adverbs. He was extremely tired. Extremely is adverbs. Adverb here to pre-modify adjective. Adjective post-modifiers are adverb, infinitive, infinitive phrase, prepositional phrase. The book is not good enough. Enough is modifying the adjective good. Infinitive, he is interested to go. To go is post-modifier of the adjective interested here. Infinitive phrase, I'm willing to help you. To help you is an adjective post-modifier here. Is also infinitive phrase. Prepositional phrase, he is worried about his safety. About his safety is the prepositional phrase here. Now we'll know about the verb. Verb is also called the heart of the sentence, so we know it very clearly. Verb, pre-modifiers, adverb. Some students always disturb the class. Post-modifiers, adverb. I called him yesterday. It's very easy, so I don't think to make for explanation. Infinitive, he purchased a ring to gift. Infinitive phrase, Ashif rushed into the cottage to rescue the boy. Present participle phrase, I woke up hearing a hue and cry. Hearing a hue and cry is a present participle phrase here. Past participle phrase, the three of us got into the boat rented for a fishing trip. Okay, we got rented a fishing trip as past participle phrase to post modify the verb. Prepositional phrase, we get up to pray early in the morning. Here in the morning is post modifier of verb. Adverb. The sound is interesting because adverb is pre and post modified also by the adverbs. Study very attentively. Very is modified, is helping to modify attentively. And also in the next example, you should leave early enough. Here, enough is helping to post modify the word early in the sentence. An adverbial modifier is a secondary part of the sentence which modifies the verb predicate or a verbal in any of its functions denoting the time, place, manner. Adverbial modifiers of place. Outside it was getting dark. Here, outside is the example of adverbial modifiers of place. Adverbial modifiers of time. Martin talked for 15 minutes with his mother. For 15 minutes is the example of adverbial modifiers of time. She started the car and drove at full speed. At full speed is the example of adverbial modifiers of manner. They quite understand the class. Adverbial modifiers of degree. Here, quite is the example of it. I was bewildered with the noise of the bus. With the noise is the example of adverbial modifiers of cause. She strained her ears to catch the words. To catch is the example of adverbial modifiers of purpose. He moved down the stream a few steps. A few steps is the example of adverbial modifier of measure. There are another measure also, cost, weight, distance. Actually, I am mentioning here a few steps only. Ben was too busy to hear him now. To hear is the adverbial modifiers of result, that he can't listen for his business. In case of your absence, I shall leave you a note. Actually, it's an adverbial modifiers of condition here, in case of your absence only. Okay, we shall be friends in spite of distance. Actually, here is an distance or hindrance, the distance actually. That's why it's an adverbial modifiers of concession. There is no sense in moving except to make it easier for you. Except to make it easier for you. Here is the example of adverbial modifier of exclusion or substitution. We can easily identify from the particular sentence in our examination hall very easily by questioning this WH word: where, when, why, how. This is the shortcut technique to identify or to mark this kind of adverbial modifier in the particular sentence. Adverbial modifier simple, we started early. Early is simple here, simple adverbial modifier here. Phrasal, we started at 5 in the morning. Here we got in the morning, phrasal adverbial modifier. Complex adverbial modifier. John sat with his elbows on the table, his hands clasped. Okay, here we got a complex adverbial modifier. Clausal, when the cat is away, the mice will play. We got the italic written letters are the identifier of adverbial modifier in the written sentences. When the cat is away is the clausal adverbial modifier example in the last sentence. Now we will see one kind of chart, non-adverb adverbials. Also using WH word how, when, why, where in the different situation of grammatical section. Clauses, prepositional phrases. How is used in this way. Laughing happily, the left applauding loudly, he showed his appreciation. Here we got two clauses. Laughing happily, applauding loudly. We got the clauses by questioning in the sentence by how. Prepositional phrases in French. Undercover. Actually, it's a short form of the example. That's why it's written only in 2 or 3 words. When? Prepositional phrases on Thursday in the morning. If we make question any sentence by when, we'll get the answer in this way. Noun phrases. They arrived last week. Last week is the noun phrases Here, clauses, when they arrived, they were very tired. When they arrived is the clause here. Where, why, clauses, because he needed the money in order to get the money. You get the example of it. Infinitive of purpose, he's playing to win. She came hoping to see me. We are clearing our purpose by the infinitive. Where, clauses, I'll stay where I want to. While in Margate, I ate well. Here we get some clauses. If we make the question to the sentences. Noun phrases, he lives next door. Next door is the example of noun phrase. He walked to the shops, prepositional phrases. To the shops is the example of prepositional phrases as non-adverb adverbials here. Okay. So many adverbials, post-modifier, pre-modifiers, but in a shorter way we can remember the relationship between the particular parts of speech for securing a good marks in our examination. Modifier semicircular relationship among the particular parts of speech. I made for you adjective is helping to modify noun, but adverb is the most powerful modifier here. Adverb is modifying you, modifying adjective, and modifying verb also. But you have to think very clearly about the relationship between noun and verb, because there is no direct relationship between noun and verb here. So I think that it will help you very much for your upcoming examination. Thank you for watching.